Beloved child of mine, when night falls and silence covers all creation, I call you to still your soul and ready your heart for a divine encounter unlike any you have known. Tonight is not an ordinary night, for I, yes I, the Lord your God, the God of life, truth, and everlasting love, will visit you. After the recent lunar, a sign was not only inscribed in the sky, but etched into the very souls of those who seek me with sincere hearts. This visitation is not random, not void of meaning, but part of a grand design I have ordained since before time began. I do not come merely to comfort, but to prepare, not only to uplift, but to unveil the deepest things hidden in my heart for you. You will be astonished, you will be amazed, but you will know with certainty that this is a sacred hour, the hour when heaven touches earth, the hour when what you once only heard in prophetic words will now become a tangible encounter. There are two profound reasons why I am coming at this very moment. It is rising on the horizon like the dawn after a long night. I do not want you to be surprised or confused, but to be fully equipped in faith, in steadfastness, and in my presence. This is not an event to fear, but an opportunity to step into the divine destiny I have ordained for your life. For my child, the days ahead will require hearts that do not waver, minds that discern clearly, and souls that are unshaken by trials or the lies of this world. I have felt the deep hunger in your soul, not a hunger for earthly things, but for truth, for my living presence, for something more sacred, more solid, more real. And now I will respond to that thirst with what you could never have imagined. I will open the doors of heavenly wisdom, unveiling mysteries of the times of my promises and of my very nature, truths that have been hidden for generations, but are now revealed to those who love me and seek me with all their hearts. These two reasons, preparation and revelation, are inseparable. You cannot receive the new if your heart has not been cleansed. You cannot hear me clearly if the noise of the world still fills your soul. That is why I call you even this very night to open yourself before me. Let me purify you by my Spirit. Let me strip away the layers of fear, doubt, shame, and weariness that have encased your soul. For the degree to which you are prepared will determine the depth to which you can receive what I am ready to release. Beloved one, do not be alarmed that I come in the late hour or the early dawn, for timing is not governed by the clocks of this world, but by the sacred calendar of heaven. I come to some in darkness because it is there they learn the value of light. I come to others at sunrise because that is when they are ready to begin anew. Whether it is night or day, this visitation is holy, deeply personal, and full of purpose, and you are part of it. Prepare yourself, my child, not with frantic action, but with quiet stillness, not with anxiety, but with eager anticipation. Make space for me in your soul. Silence the distractions so you can hear the whisper of my voice. Rewrite the dreams you once forgot, for I am about to awaken them. Revisit the promises you once doubted, for I am about to breathe new life into them. This is a sacred moment, and you must not miss it. You will not remain the same. This encounter will mark a turning point, not as the world defines, but as heaven declares. I am rebuilding within the depths of your being a living temple, a dwelling place where I may abide not only in mountaintop moments, but in the everyday simplicity of life. Your life will carry a new frequency, the frequency of heaven. You will walk not merely with reason, but with wisdom born of revelation. You will speak not just with words, but with my power flowing through you, and those around you will sense something has shifted. They may not know what to call it, but you will know it is the result of a sacred encounter between your soul and your Creator. So be ready, my beloved. Tonight, a gate will open, and as you step through it, you will not be who you were before. I will be there waiting for you in the silence, in the light, in the love that never changes. For I am your Father, and you are the one I have chosen to reveal something new from heaven to earth. My beloved child, this is not a season of complacency, nor is it a time to bask in the false comforts painted by this world. This is a sacred hour in which I, your God, am sounding a trumpet in your spirit, calling you to awaken from spiritual slumber, to rise from all that has numbed your heart and distanced you from me. My child, it is time to awaken not merely with physical eyes, but with the eyes of the Spirit, to see clearly that I am nearer than ever before, waiting for you to return to me with all your heart, mind, and soul. I do not call you into rigid rituals or outward displays of religion. I invite you into true communion, where you can shed every layer of pretense, where you no longer feel the need to appear okay, but can come before me in raw truth with your weaknesses, your wounds, even your unspoken shame. I want you to approach not as a servant striving to please his master, but as a child coming home to a father whose love and mercy are always open, always waiting, and never changing. This is the time for prayer, not as a repeated formality, but as the lifeblood of your spirit. You need to pray not to find me in some far-off place, but to realize I have always been right beside you, waiting for you to speak. When you pray, you are not merely addressing a distant power, but pouring out your heart to a Father who knows every beat within you, who understands how weary you are, how torn you feel, and how desperately you long to belong. Come to me with whispers, with tears, with silence, for I can hear every way your soul cries out. My child, this is not the time to keep carrying burdens you've grown used to. I am calling you to lay down everything that has weighed on your soul, your sin, your regrets, your bitterness, and all the voices that tell you you're not enough. Those voices are not mine. I do not accuse to push you away, I invite to restore. Every time you choose surrender, every time you release what no longer belongs to you, you open the door for me to enter, embrace you, renew you, and lead you back to the original purpose I created you for. Surrender is not loss, it is a beginning. When you dare to lay down your plans, your fear-shaped dreams, your ego-driven ambitions, you will receive something deeper, true life in me. You will realize that everything you once chased cannot compare to the peace found in my arms, the joy of living in my presence daily. And in that place, in full surrender, you will discover a freedom no one can steal, a love no one can replace, and a purpose no power can undo. My child, I know you have felt weary. I have seen the times you gave your all, yet still felt as though you were left behind. But today I speak to you. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You have been chosen not because you were strong enough, but because I am strong within your weakness. I did not wait for you to be perfect in order to love you. I loved you so that I may heal you, lift you up, and transform you into the one you were created to become. You don't have to keep running in circles trying to prove your worth. You only need to run into my arms, where you have always belonged. And my dear child, know this. This invitation is not just for today. It is a journey deeper into my love, a journey of slowly letting go of the things that hinder you, a journey of learning to trust me daily, even when nothing feels certain. But I promise you this, every step you take in surrender will be remembered. Every word you whisper in faith will be answered, and every return you make will be welcomed by heaven with unspeakable joy. So, my beloved child, do not delay. Do not let anything hold you back from my embrace. This is the time of awakening, and I am here with arms wide open, calling you into a relationship that is not built on rules but on love. Love that never changes. Love that still waits. And that love is me. My beloved, now is not the time to merely survive within the familiarity and limits of what you've known. This is the moment when I, the one who created all things, long to reveal the hidden things of my heart to you. I see within you a longing for what is true, sacred, and far beyond the confines of surface religion. And because of this, I will lead you into a journey where you will be entrusted with spiritual strategies that I have prepared before the foundation of the world. These are not things that can be learned from human books, but revelations that come from my throne of glory, strategies that will help you stand firm amidst the intensifying spiritual warfare. I will unveil to you divine blueprints for building the church, not a structure of stone or human reputation, but a living community of surrendered hearts filled with power and grounded in truth. The church I am calling you to help build will be a place where the light does not go out in the darkness, where mercy triumphs over judgment, and where people discover their identity in me, not in status or public opinion. These blueprints will come in the stillness of prayer, in the holiness of surrendered hearts, and in the persistent waiting for the voice of my Spirit. This is also the season, my child, when I will place into the hands of some of you the keys that unlock the destinies of nations. Not through political power or worldly wisdom, but through the power of intercession, through courageous prophetic voices, and through unwavering faith in a turbulent age. I am searching for sons and daughters willing to say, "Here I am, Lord." Those who do not chase personal gain but are willing to stand in the gap for their people, praying without ceasing and discerning heaven's heartbeat to act with precision on earth. Some of you will receive personal callings, sacred assignments, unlike any other, designed uniquely for you and leading you into new depths of ministry. You will find yourself placed in unfamiliar settings, connected with people not of your choosing, yet everything will fit perfectly into the divine plan I have written for your life. You will be led into places where your own strength can no longer carry you, and there you will discover the true power of my grace working through a soft and faithful heart. To others I will grant wisdom that surpasses the understanding of this world, a divine clarity that enables you to face the challenges of this season, not with fear, but with grace and the confidence that comes from knowing I am with you. Great dilemmas, confusing crossroads, situations that seem like dead ends, they will all become the very stages upon which I reveal my faithfulness, because you will learn to see through the lens of the Spirit, not through the lens of emotion or circumstance. My beloved, I have not called you to live an ordinary life of faith. I have called you to be a carrier of impact, not because you are exalted, but because I, the Exalted One, live in you. Know this: everything I am about to reveal will not only transform your life, but will shake the very realms you step into, from your family to your community to the highest levels of society, because each revelation from me is a seed carrying the power to birth a great harvest. And when you receive, you will not only be filled, you will become a vessel through which many others are transformed. But my child, the condition for receiving all this is not perfection. It is surrender. You do not need to know everything. You only need to say, "Father, I believe, and I will walk with you." I do not need you to be strong. I only need your trust. I do not need your plans. I only need your open heart, that I may draw a masterpiece far beyond anything you've ever imagined. And remember, everything I do in you begins with love. I do not entrust you with responsibility to weigh you down, but because I know you were made for more. I do not give you the keys to destiny because you deserve them, but because I trust you. I trust your humble heart, your fragile yet real faith, and what I can do through a surrendered soul. So prepare yourself, my beloved. A new season has come. The gates of heaven are opening, and I am placing into your hands things that generations have prayed for, yet I have reserved to reveal in this moment for you. Walk in reverence, in watchfulness, and in deep joy, for you are living in a time when heaven is powerfully moving on earth. I am with you every step, every breath, and I will never leave your side. My beloved child, as you enter this season of preparation, do not look only toward what you hope to receive. Open your heart to perceive a deeper truth. This visitation is not just about receiving, it is about transformation. I am not coming to merely hand out rewards. I come as a father who loves you too much to let you remain where you are. I come to take you further, deeper, and closer to what you were created to become. In every encounter with me, the greatest gift is not what you receive, it is the person you are being shaped into. A person who reflects my image, carrying light and life to the world. I know there are moments when you pray for miracles, a breakthrough, a healing, an open door. And I delight when you run to me with that kind of faith. But this time I am coming not just to answer your request, but to touch the depths of your soul, those longings beyond words, those places even you cannot clearly define, but I understand. I am not stopping at the surface. I am coming into the innermost places of your heart to heal. Wounds never named, to ignite parts of you that have quietly accepted. This is just how it will always be. True transformation doesn't happen in a single fleeting moment of glory. It happens in daily surrender. When you let me teach you to be patient in waiting, to love in the midst of pain, to trust when all seems silent, I am refining you, not with harshness, but with the fire of love. A fire that does not destroy you but burns away what no longer belongs. Jealousy, fear, comparison, bitterness, and even the hidden insecurities you've carried. I am gently removing them so you may be lighter, more true, and more ready for all I long to give. And in this refining, you will be aligned with my purpose, the one I have destined for you from the beginning. You are not a random soul, not a wanderer lost among choices. You are part of a divine plan, a messenger carrying a message the world has been waiting to hear. My visitation is to awaken this within you, to remind you that you are called, chosen, and equipped, not by your own strength, but by the power of the one who lives in you. You will not be the same. Not because you're striving to change, but because I am working in you, in the silence, in prayer, in every stumble, followed by rising in every moment you choose. Forgiveness over resentment. All of it is part of the preparation. And this preparation is not just for what you will receive, but to shape the kind of heart that can carry what I am about to place in your hands. I do not want to give you something you are not yet ready to bear. So let me shape you before I give you the keys. Let me teach you how to walk steady before I open the great door. Beloved child, the work I have called you to carry out is not small. It is not fleeting, nor is it a mere role to be played. It is part of an eternal mission, a mission I have written with great love and hope. I do not look for perfection in you, but I seek a willing heart, a heart that remains faithful in the small things, a heart that is sensitive enough to listen when I whisper, a heart courageous enough to obey even when no one else understands what you are doing. When you surrender to me in the hidden things, that is when I lay the foundation for the visible. When you are faithful in the little, that is when I entrust you with the greater. So, my child, as you prepare, do not merely await what is external. Anticipate what will change within. For my visitation is a journey of transformation. Bit by bit, layer by layer, I will remove burdens and clothe you in a new garment. A renewed mind, a fresh vision, a faith no longer trembling at trials, a love no longer conditioned by circumstances. And then you will rise not as who you once were, but as one who has been touched by the living one. I come not only to give, but to walk with you. Not only to hand you a promise, but to journey with you until that promise comes to life. And the most precious thing you will receive is not what you hold in your hands, but the transformation within your heart. A transformation that will stay with you for the rest of your life and flow out to those around you. For when I touch you, the world you touch will also be changed. And that is why I come. Because I love you. Because I believe in you. And because I see in you a child who can carry my light into the darkness of this world. My beloved child, know that the coming visitation is not a coincidence, nor is it a reward for a chosen few. It is an essential part of the eternal and loving plan I have designed for you. Before you uttered your first cry, before your soul was formed into being, I had already laid out a journey, a mission, and a promise, uniquely yours. And this visitation is a turning point in that journey. It comes not to merely stir a fleeting spiritual feeling, but to serve your growth, your maturing, and the fulfillment of all I am patiently accomplishing in your life. Each time I come, I do not come empty-handed. I come with life, with light, with truth, and with love. I come to deepen what you already know and to unveil what you have yet to understand. This encounter will not resemble any spiritual experience you have had before, for I am not one who repeats himself in human patterns. I am the Creator who never ceases to create, and I desire to do something new within you, not just for your benefit, but for the expansion of my kingdom through your life, that through you my name would be lifted high and my presence revealed vividly in a world thirsting for truth and hope. Therefore, as you wait for this encounter, do not wait with boredom or doubt. Wait with holy expectancy, an expectancy not rooted in fleeting emotions but in faith placed in me, the one who does not lie, and who is always faithful to every promise I have spoken. Let your heart be prepared like fertile soil, ready to receive seeds from heaven that will bring forth a harvest beyond your imagination. Expect me to move in ways never seen before, to go beyond human logic, and to break every limitation that has ever bound your faith. I will not come merely to comfort you, but to speak words of power, words that pierce your soul like a sharp sword, dividing soul and spirit, revealing what is hidden, and illuminating the corners you once avoided. These words will not come to bring fear but freedom, not to condemn but to transform, not to remain in knowledge but to awaken a deep inner renewal where your thoughts begin to shift, your perception is realigned, and your life is changed because you have been touched by unshakable truth. And then you will see me unveil mysteries, truths beyond human understanding, revelations only the Holy Spirit can illuminate to your spirit. I will astonish you not through outward spectacles, but by heavenly wisdom, wisdom that makes human schemes seem small, wisdom that causes your former fears to dissolve in the radiance of my glory. I will open the eyes of your heart to perceive the hidden meaning behind present events, to discern the times and seasons you are living in, and to understand the unique role you are called to fulfill within them. Moreover, I will pour out my Spirit upon you in a new way, not just for you to feel power, but to carry it into your daily life. I do not give my Spirit for a beautiful spiritual moment, but to equip you to heal, to intercede, to discern, to act, to become an instrument in my hand within a generation in need of a flame from heaven. When my Spirit moves in you, you will no longer speak as before, no longer pray as before, no longer face trials as before, for you will know that you do not fight alone, but with the living power of me inside you. Beloved child, open your heart and prepare like one awaiting a king, not with fear, but with reverence and love. Clear the secret place of your heart, let go of what distracts you, and step beyond the comfort zone of familiarity. I cannot fill a vessel already full of other things. I cannot ignite fire in a place already covered in ashes. I need your heart emptied for me. And when you prepare your heart in this way, I promise I will come, I will speak, I will touch, and I will transform your life in ways you never imagined. This visitation is for you, for your growth, your future, your calling, and the love I have for you. But it is also for those you will touch for generations, you will influence, and for my name to be glorified through the life of a child who dared to believe that I still speak, I still come, and I still choose simple hearts to accomplish great things. And you, yes, you are part of that plan. Expect, my beloved. Anticipate great things, for I am faithful. My beloved child, walk in peace, and be assured that I am with you every step, every breath, every moment, as you prepare for the sacred encounter I have ordained. This is not a standalone event in your life, nor a fleeting emotional experience. No, my child, this is a divine intersection between heaven and earth, the moment you step deeper into the sacred destiny I prepared for you since the foundation of the world. And what is happening within your heart is not just for you. It is for the generations that will come after you, for souls not yet born, for lives that will be touched by the footsteps you leave behind on this earth. When I give you revelation, it is not just light for your path, but a torch to pass on to others. What I will teach you, the truths I will unlock in your mind, and the treasures of wisdom you are about to receive, they will become the foundation for those who follow. You do not learn only to know, but to teach. You do not live only for today, but you are laying the first stones of a road that will guide future generations closer to my kingdom. You are not alone in this spiritual journey. You stand as a link in the chain of my mission. The coming encounter is not only to bless you, but to ignite a stream of blessing that will flow far beyond what you imagine. There are people you've never met, hearts you've never known, who will be healed by what I am doing in you today. When you let me transform your heart, that transformation does not stop with you. It spreads through your words, your actions, and even the silent love you extend to others. Beloved child, see your life through the lens of eternity. You were not born merely to survive, but to leave a legacy, not of fleeting material possessions, but of eternal spiritual impact. That legacy is built not in glorious days, but in the quiet faithfulness of unseen moments. In whispered prayers, in choices to forgive instead of resent, in every tear shed out of love for me, that is where the legacy begins. And as you step into this encounter with me, remember that what I give you does not end with you, but flows through you like a never-ending river, watering the dry fields of a world in need of hope. There will be callings I place on your life, callings that may shake you but will awaken your soul. They are not burdens but grace, not obligations but invitations into a glorious journey where my hand will guide you. I will show you that your obedience today will become refuge for many tomorrow. Your quiet yes, Lord, will become a launching pad for change on a scale greater than you can imagine. And when you look back, you will see every trembling step of faith was never in vain. Remember, everything I do in you, from secret healing to public calling, is for the expansion of my kingdom. I do not seek only to change you, but to use you to transform what surrounds you, to bring light into darkness, to open the way for others to return to true love. You are the bearer of a spark from heaven, and that spark will be lit by this very encounter. Come with expectation, but also with reverence. Know that I am preparing you not just for a season, but for a mission of eternal significance. Oh, my beloved child, do not underestimate what I am doing in the hidden places. Do not think that because it is small, it is unimportant. Believe that what you are obeying me in today will become the pillars others will lean on tomorrow. Legacy is not built in a day, but it begins with a surrendered heart. And I see that heart in you. That is why I chose you. That is why I come. And when you stand in my embrace during this divine encounter, you will realize that everything I have done, am doing, and will do is because of love. Love for you. And love that through you will flow to generations yet unnamed. So walk forward with boldness, prepare with all seriousness, and expect with great faith. Because what you are about to receive is not only yours, it is the inheritance of a whole stream of grace I desire to release through your life. And that, my child, is why I come, my beloved child. Tonight is not an ordinary night. It is not just another evening passing through the rhythm of time. It is not a moment of coincidence or a familiar beat in the flow of days. Tonight is a chosen night. A night marked on the sacred calendar where Earth's time aligns with heaven's appointed moment. I come, and I come, not by accident, but with clear purpose. I come to prepare you for the great work I am about to do, not just around you, but within you. A spiritual event is about to unfold. A sacred shift is forming in the very atmosphere you now dwell in. And tonight I come so that you will not miss it. I have come to equip, to awaken, and to open. I have come to pull you out of the familiar, out of old limitations, out of patterns you have lived in for far too long, and to place you into a new space where your faith will be stretched, where your mind will be renewed, where your heart will beat in rhythm with heaven. You will no longer see things the way you used to, for I will open your spiritual eyes. You will no longer respond to circumstances as before, for I will pour into you an unshakable peace, not a peace that comes from controlling everything, but a peace that comes from knowing you are in the hands of the Almighty. Understand this, my child, this encounter tonight is not meant to make you feel comfortable, but to transform you. I will challenge you. Challenge the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you walk. I will stretch you, stretch your vision, stretch your faith, and stretch the safe space you've built to protect yourself from the very things I want to heal. I will touch the deep places within you, the places even you are afraid to face. Not to hurt you, but to free you. Not to weaken you, but to make you strong with a strength that does not come from you, but from me alone. I will pour out a new revelation upon you. Not something you've heard secondhand, but something you will know personally, like a holy whisper that pierces straight into your heart, awakening you, trembling you, and assuring you that it is I. I will reveal what I have long held in my heart, waiting for the appointed time to release. And you, my beloved, are the one I have chosen to receive it. Not because you are good enough, but because your heart is willing. Not because you are impressive, but because you have hungered, and I never ignore a heart that longs for me. But do not be afraid, my child. Though the transformation will challenge you, I will also fill you. I will not only stretch you, I will strengthen you. I will not only touch your wounds, I will heal them. I will not only overturn the old, I will build the new. I will fill you with peace, a deep rest that no storm can steal. I will fill you with joy, not a joy dependent on circumstance, but a joy that comes from knowing you are loved, led, and woven into an eternal plan. And I will clothe you with power, the power to stand firm, to walk forward, to speak my words, and to live a life that reflects my glory in a world desperate for truth. Therefore, my beloved, prepare yourself, not with the haste of the flesh, but with the stillness of the soul. Shut the door, silence the noise, clear out the clutter within, and wait for me. For tonight is not just another passing night. Tonight is the night I visit you. The night heaven touches earth, the night the old will pass away and all things will be made new. The night from which you will never be the same. Not because you tried to change, but because you encountered me. And when morning comes, while the world still sleeps in its slumber, you will rise with a different light in your eyes, a holy stillness in your heart, and a certainty that no one can shake, that you have encountered the living one, that you have been transformed, and that you no longer walk alone, for I am in you and you are in me. Tonight is a night of destiny. Tonight is the night heaven has appointed. Tonight is the night you meet me and never go back to who you were. Because I came, because I love you, and because I have chosen you for something far greater than anything you've ever imagined. My beloved child, when you reach that sacred moment, the moment your soul meets the living and tangible presence of me, understand that it is not the final climax, but the beginning point. This visitation is not meant to leave just a trace in the night, but to open a completely new season in your spiritual journey. A season unlike anything you've known. It is deeper, wider, and richer in my presence. It is a season of intimacy, built not by hurry, but by each quiet moment of listening, trusting, and walking closely with your Father. It is a season where you do not merely hear about me, but truly know me. Know my heart, my ways, and the rhythm of my love, designed uniquely for you. In this season, I will grant you deeper revelation. Things that were once mysteries will become clear. The questions you've carried for so long will begin to find answers, not in the way you expected, but in the way I know is right and best. You will begin to grasp the depths of my word, the layers of truth that only my Spirit can unveil. I will open your eyes to see what you have not seen, to hear my voice amid the noise of the world, and to feel my leading, even when everything around you seems uncertain. But child, this new season is not only a season of increase, it is also a season of divine rearrangement. I will touch the areas in you that have been misaligned, areas you've grown used to accepting. I will shake what no longer belongs in your journey ahead. Relationships, habits, mindsets, and even expectations not born of me will be realigned or removed completely. I do not do this to take from you, but to make space for what is better, more lasting, and more glorious to be formed in you. This reordering may leave you feeling unsettled, but know that my hand never arranges things randomly. I am the God of divine order, and I am putting everything in place so that you may walk in the fullness you were always meant for. This is also a season of refining. You will feel as though walking through fire, but it is the fire of love, not of condemnation. That fire will not destroy you, but will burn away what hinders you from entering the fullness of your calling. It will purify the hidden motives in your heart, strip off layers of self-defense, Remove the invisible burdens you've carried for too long. And in that fire you will find your true self, the original design I created you to be, unshaped by others' expectations and unbound by your past. You will become lighter, clearer, stronger, not because you changed yourself, but because I transformed you from within. Then I will empower you. Not with the kind of power the world craves, but with power from heaven. Power to love even when you're wounded. Power to walk in truth while the world lives in deception. Power to heal, to intercede, to speak my word, to stand firm in adversity, and to carry the light of my kingdom wherever your feet may go. This is no longer the season to shrink back in the shadows of fear or doubt. It is the season to rise with steady feet, a tender heart, and hands raised high, to receive all I have long prepared for you. So, my beloved, do not fear. Do not withdraw when everything begins to shift. Do not shrink when you feel the wind of change blowing through your soul. Do not give up when you don't understand what's unfolding, for I am not just with you, I am for you. I do not watch from a distance, I walk beside you closely. Not a single moment are you alone. Not a single prayer of yours goes unheard. And certainly not a single tear of yours is meaningless. Step into this season with confident faith, with eyes lifted up and with a heart wide open. Remember, you are not called to live a small life. You are called to live in fullness, in eternal purpose, in unshakable love. And as you walk in my leading, you will not merely live, you will bring life. You will not merely exist, you will leave a mark, and you will not merely receive blessing, you will become a vessel of blessing to your generation, and even to those who never know your name but will know me through your life. This is the new season, my child, and I have chosen you for it. I have called your name not to leave you behind, but to bring you in strong, courageous, and full of hope. I am with you. I will not leave you. And I will complete everything I have begun in you until you reflect my glory in its fullness on this earth. My beloved child, listen and etch these words deep into your heart, for this is a sacred and serious hour in the history of mankind. What you are witnessing in the world is not the end in the sense of utter destruction, but a profound shift, a transformation that is foundational and divine. I, myself, am bringing to an end the old order. The systems built on selfishness, greed, violence, and deceit, they will no longer stand. The paths that lead to destruction, the rebellious ways that have kept generations in darkness will now be swept away. For I am coming not to conceal truth, but to reveal it. Not to patch things up, but to restore fully. I am shaking everything that can be shaken, from governments to faith, from the foundations of nations to the roots of every soul, not because I am angry, but because I love. I love too deeply to let falsehood reign, to let humanity live in delusion forever. This is a necessary process, a divine intervention to purify, to prepare, to call my children back in spirit and in truth. What is crumbling is not a sign of failure, but proof that what is not built on me cannot survive the new era I am ushering in. Only what is mine, true love, righteousness, faithfulness, and light, will remain. Child, the world you see today is not the true image of what I originally created. The storms of chaos, rampant corruption, silent wars, and broken hearts, this is not the earth I called very good when I made it. All this disorder you witness is the fruit of sin, the consequence of mankind choosing to walk away from me, believing lies over truth, exalting self rather than worshiping the Creator. And so the world has become distorted, fractured, and aching with separation from the source of life. But child, I am not ignoring this. I am not silent. I have not abandoned my creation of eternal love. I am coming not only to judge, but to restore, not only to tear down, but to establish, not only to uproot, but to build something entirely new, more real, more radiant, more holy. I will make all things new. I will wipe away every tear. I will bind up the wounds deep in the soul of humanity. I will break the chains of deception, and I will set free those imprisoned in the night of doubt, fear, and despair. I will restore families, rebuild communities, and renew even what you thought could never change. For I am the one who makes the impossible possible. Beloved child, My kingdom is not a distant dream. It is being established day by day, hour by hour, within the hearts of those who open themselves to my reign. This kingdom is not only in heaven, but I long for it to manifest on earth, where every prayer that cries out, "Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven," becomes alive and real. And you are a part of that establishment. You are not merely an observer, you are a collaborator. I need you to be awake, prepared, and steadfast. I need your heart to be pure so that my light may shine through you without distortion. I need your hands ready to do good, your feet ready to walk by faith, and your voice willing to speak truth, even when surrounded by darkness. So do not be afraid. When you see what seemed unshakable begin to tremble, do not panic. When the old collapses, do not mourn. When what is familiar is being challenged, do not cling to it out of fear. I am making all things new, and the new often comes with surprise, and sometimes with pain. But it is always good because it comes from my hand. And when all that is temporary passes away, what cannot be shaken will remain: my love, my truth, and those who stand in my light. Prepare your heart, my beloved. Do not live as if tomorrow will be like today. Do not cling to what has no place in my kingdom. Open yourself so I may work in you, through you, and for you. Let me refine, shape, and transform you into a vessel fit for use in my hand during this great time of transition. For I did not come only to save, but to call, not only to love, but to send forth, and you, my faithful one, are part of that great movement. Yes, this world is drawing to an end, but that end is the beginning of something far more glorious, more real, and more eternal. And I am inviting you to step into it with me, not in fear, but in hope. Not with the mindset of fleeing, but with your eyes lifted up. For I am coming, and I am calling you to rebuild what has been broken, to restore what has been lost, and to establish on this earth a kingdom that cannot be shaken, as it is in heaven, as it is in the Father's heart. My beloved child, open your heart and listen deeply, for what I am about to speak to you is not merely a promise, but a declaration from eternity. A great season is drawing near, a harvest unlike anything humanity has ever seen. It will not be born from eloquent sermons nor built upon human strength or skill, but will come by the living, undeniable power of my Holy Spirit. In that season, millions of souls will be awakened. They will not come to me because of fleeting emotions or shallow knowledge, but because they have truly encountered me, encountered my real presence, my true power, and the unshakable love that only I can give. This awakening will be unlike anything the world has witnessed. It will not be confined to the walls of churches or limited by national borders. It will erupt like fire, spreading like water, bursting forth like wind blowing from heaven, breaking every invisible chain that has bound humanity for too long. And it will be confirmed not by human reasoning, but by signs and wonders, undeniable evidence that I am the living one, moving among my people. What once seemed confined to the pages of Scripture will come alive before your very eyes. The blind will see not just physically, but spiritually. The deaf will hear not just outward sounds, but the gentle whisper of my voice within. The lame will walk not just with physical feet, but on new paths of faith and hope. And the dead, both in body and in soul, will rise, for my breath will touch them and awaken them to eternal life. This will be the time when my glory is no longer hidden. It will not merely be spoken of in sermons, but will be seen with eyes, heard with ears, and felt in the depths of human hearts. My presence will cover the earth as the waters cover the sea. No force will be able to stop it. No darkness will be able to stand before my light. And when it comes, every nation, every tongue, every class, from kings to the unknown, will know that I am God. Not a distant idea, but the living one, the true one, working in the midst of my people. My child, I have prepared hearts everywhere. There are souls who are yearning, though they do not yet know what they hunger for. There are hearts in pain who do not yet know who they are waiting for. And through you, through those I have trained in silence, I will send messengers carrying my love and power to them, not to persuade with words, but to manifest with power, not to perform, but to reveal the true nature of the kingdom of heaven, a kingdom not of talk, but of power. You will see what you once only dared to dream. I will astonish even those who have followed me all their lives, for what I am about to do will surpass every experience, every model, every pattern in which people have tried to confine me. I am not bound by tradition or habit. I am the Creator, and I am beginning something new, something the eye has not seen, the ear has not heard, and the heart has not imagined. And you, my faithful one, will be part of it. You will not only witness it, you will be sent into it. You will not stand at the edge, but be invited into the very current of this glory. But before I do it through you, I want to do it in you. Let me fill you with my Spirit, not just once, but daily, like an unending river. Let your heart be cleansed from doubts, disappointments, and the old wounds that have made you close yourself off. For you cannot bring life to others if you are still withering inside. But when you are renewed, when you are healed, when you allow my Spirit to move freely through your life, then nothing will be impossible. The great awakening is coming not by human strength, but by the intervention of heaven. And when it comes, no one will be untouched. Its tremors will stretch from families to nations, from hidden places to public squares, from the old generation to the young. And in the end, every knee will bow, and every tongue will confess the Lord is God. Not by force, but because the glory, the love, and the power will be so undeniable. So, my beloved, be ready, fan the flame within, stay awake and steadfast, hunger and pray. For what is coming is not just a movement, but a wave of glory, and you are destined to stand in it as a torchbearer, as a carrier of hope, and as one who bears my name in a world waiting to be awakened by resurrection power. For I am coming, and the great harvest is at hand. My beloved child, prepare your soul, for the time of unveiling draws near. It will not be a comfortable moment for everyone, but it will be a necessary one, a divine turning point in my plan to heal and restore the earth. Truth, pure, whole, and uncompromising, will be brought into the light, no longer hidden, no longer blurred by the veneer of hypocrisy or societal masks. I will remove the fog that has clouded the minds and souls of mankind. And when it happens, it will be painful, not because I delight in your pain, but because the pain is necessary to peel away the rot you've no longer been able to feel. You cannot build a new world, a new life, a future belonging to my kingdom upon the old foundations of deception. The twisted, the quietly compromised, the lifestyles long assumed as normal, but far from truth. All must be exposed. There can be no true light if darkness is still cherished, no real freedom if sin is still coddled. And so this unveiling, though it may shock, wound, and even terrify many, will be the doorway to salvation if they choose to turn. I know that when truth is revealed, it will shake what you once thought secure. It may cause you to question yourself, even those you've trusted. It may shake the structures of your life, family, work, relationships. But remember this: I do not expose to condemn, I expose to heal. I do not bring truth to the surface to shame you, but to set you free. For only in truth will you truly walk in the light, and only in the light will you find the life your soul has always longed for. For some, this revelation will mark the hour of reckoning. They will be brought face to face with the consequences of what they have sown, the hidden deeds, the hurtful words, the unrighteous acts they once believed would never come to light. This is not the punishment of an angry father, but the natural result of unrepentant choices made over the years. Yet even in the hour of judgment, my mercy remains present. I never seek the downfall of the sinner, but I always long for them to turn back, to recognize and to choose the path of life. And that is why for others this will be a moment of repentance. Not a repentance driven by fear of punishment, but one born from a heart pierced by love and true light. They will see themselves more clearly than ever before, not through the lens of prejudice, self-justification, or comparison, but through the eyes of the one who created them. And in that gaze, though they may see themselves as exposed, weak, and full of sin, they will also see a path, opening a path back to me. No one is ever too far gone, too unclean, or too lost to be saved by me. As long as they come, as long as they acknowledge and surrender, I will embrace them with the very same arms that once welcomed the prodigal child home. My beloved child, do not be afraid when the truth is revealed around you. Do not panic when the things that once seemed unshakable begin to fall apart. Do not tremble when the light reaches into the deepest corners of your own heart. Know that this is mercy at work. This is the early rain cleansing the dust, the holy fire consuming what is impure, the hand of the Father reshaping the cracked vessel so that it may hold something better than before. I have not come to destroy, but to rebuild. Not to end, but to begin. And what I am doing in you, through you, and around you is the laying of a new foundation for an unprecedented season of revival. So, my child, choose to stand in the light, even if at first it makes you uncomfortable. Choose to open your heart even if the truth brings pain. For I promise that after the pain comes freedom, after the exposure comes restoration, and after the tears the dawn will rise. I never overturn the old without having the new already prepared. I never take away without giving something better. And it is precisely through this difficult process that I am raising up a new generation, a generation of holiness, of humility, of sincere love, and of unshakable faith. Enter into this unveiling with reverent awe, but also with hope. Let the truth cleanse you, and let my mercy heal you. For when you choose to walk through this process with me, you will no longer live as your old self, but will step into a new life fuller, deeper, and more beautiful than you ever imagined possible. And that, my child, is what I desire for you, a life no longer hidden, no longer running, but lived fully in truth, in light, and in everlasting love. My beloved child, a day is coming, a day that every soul longs for, every faithful heart anticipates, and every promise I have spoken will be gloriously fulfilled. It is the day I have appointed in my divine timeline, the day when the fog of the world will lift, and you will step into a completely new reality, a world prepared by my own hands, not by chance, but crafted specifically for you with love that surpasses all boundaries. You were not created to wander aimlessly in the darkness of this world. You were made for a place of belonging, an unshakable kingdom, an eternal home where I wait to welcome you back. But until that glorious day arrives, I call you to live with deep awareness in your mind, in your soul, and in every daily decision. The world will try to distract you. The noise of worry, of doubt, of fleeting allure will constantly pull your heart away from the path of heaven. But my child, do not let your heart fall asleep in the comfort of false peace. Stay awake like the watchman in the night, like one who knows that the dawn is drawing near. Keep your mind illuminated by my word, and your heart warmed by my steadfast love that never changes. Remain faithful, my child. Not with rigid, lifeless fidelity, but with soft, enduring faithfulness, the kind born of a heart that understands. Even if you do not yet see the fullness of my promises, you know that the one who promised is faithful. There will be days when you feel I am silent, seasons when you walk without seeing my footprints, but that does not mean I am absent. It means I am teaching you to trust, to hold fast to faith, even in the quiet. And it is in those moments that your faith is refined, your love deepened, and your faithfulness becomes a precious jewel amidst a shaking world. Stay close to me, my beloved. There is no safer place, no greater peace than in the arms of your Father. Do not only seek me when you are in need, but abide in me like the branch that remains connected to the vine. Let me be your first breath in the morning and your final whisper before sleep. Let my presence cover your mind, saturate every decision you make, and guide your every step. For when you are near me, you will not be shaken by the times, nor swept away by fears of the future. You will live with deep peace, knowing that my return is nearer than ever before. Do not view life through the lens of delay, but lift your eyes to the horizon with living hope. The day of my return is not a myth nor a vague promise. It is a reality drawing closer, Beat by beat, breath by breath, every movement of human history is leading to that day. And when it comes, it will not arrive quietly like the morning mist, but break forth like the sunrise that shatters the night. Every eye will see, every knee will bow, and every tongue will confess. I am the Lord God who spoke, who loved, who gave himself, and now returns in glory. That day, my child, will be the greatest day of all. No more pain, no more tears, no more injustice left unresolved. Every word I have spoken will be fulfilled perfectly, not a single mark out of place. Every tear you ever shed in silence will be wiped away by my own hand. Every wound you have carried will be soothed in complete healing. Every sigh, every whispered prayer, every hidden act of love, none will be forgotten, and the reward will belong to those who remained faithful to the end. And above all, it will be the day when you see me as I truly am, no longer through the veil of faith, but face to face. You will see my eyes, the eyes that watched over you your entire journey, eyes that never looked away. You will hear my voice not just as a whisper in your spirit, but as the living sound of the one who loves you more than life itself. And in that moment you will know every sacrifice, every right choice, every faithful day was not in vain. They brought you to the most glorious moment, the moment you step into the new world I have prepared since the foundation of time, a place with no more tears, no more sorrow, only life, light, and everlasting love. So, my precious child, keep walking forward. Be steadfast. Keep your eyes lifted and your heart rooted in me. I am coming, not far off, not delayed, but right on time. And I will not leave you alone in this journey of waiting. I walk with you. I lift you up when you are weary. I understand every moment of your weariness, and I will complete the good work I began in you. Until that great day, live as one who knows your true home is not here but in the heart of your Father, where you have always belonged, now and forever. Amen. As a child of God, He is always by your side in every moment, constantly reminding you to live in faith and in the assurance of His everlasting love. Follow and turn on notifications so you won't miss a single word I speak from heaven. Amen.